Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Still joining you on today's edition of Cairo Local Time, and I'm delighted to be joined this afternoon by my guest, who is here to tell us all about the developments in the tourism sector, as officials say that reservations for the summer and winter seasons have recorded a 45 to 50% increase respectively over the past year, which is very good news. And I'm delighted to be joined by Mr. عنان, الجلالي, the international tourism expert. Thank you very much, sir, for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you.
Apologies for the delay. There's a lot going on today with regards to, as we just witnessed, President Abdel Fattah Sisi's reception of Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan. But let's get straight into our topic for today, tourism. Yes. A lifeline for the Egyptian economy. The numbers are increasing, tourists are coming back. How positive is this development in your opinion, sir?
I think it's Egypt in the right way. You said about the arrival of just famous Emirates visit to Egypt, to President Sisi. He welcomed him. Everything mentioned Egypt is supporting the tourism sector. Doesn't matter, from the highest level to the anybody in the streets who representing Egypt also to welcome the tourism. So Egypt in the last year really have increased the number of tourism coming. Number of investors also, we can see it, we can feel it, but we have long way, because Egypt have never achieved a percentage of the international tourism as it is deserved.
Why is that, Mr. عنان? I mean, other countries that have less touristic destinations have higher shares in the international market for tourism. Why isn't Egypt there yet, in your opinion?
If we look, Egypt have been through so many stages, development stages. And Egypt, even we have so many different civilizations, different attractions, different seas, Nile, everything is existing in Egypt, even religions. It's a cardinal of different religions. But we have not promoted in the right way through generations, not only this time, but through generations. A country like Spain have achieved number of tourism and billions of dollars each year from tourism as a tourist industry income, which it's the same level as the largest oil export country from the income. Egypt, I feel, have only achieved 10%
of its potential.
Of the potential existing in the international market. If you look for some countries like France, even they have a limited sources. We have sources all year round, winter, summer.
Lots of destinations for the whole year round.
Exactly. Also, you have different culture in Egypt, different people. This is also an attraction. You will find that we have the number of tourist visitors in France is equal of the number of the inhabitants or in France. So I hope we are not looking that Egypt will achieve 10 million visitors as a tourist, but maybe we'll have to achieve 50 million people, because our country is a large country with different attraction and with different power also.
You mentioned a lot about the different attractions Egypt has. Egypt has ancient Egyptian history. It has new attractions as well. There's now the inclusion of the trip of the Holy Family, for example, across Egypt. What other new programs do we have to offer tourists, in your opinion?
I think we have to highlight also many destinations, and we have also to start with ourselves. We have to mention our existence as a tourist destination and major tourist destination, our geographic location, which come from God, for us, from Allah, in this country, is not existing in many other geographic destinations which other countries have.
Yes.
Look, Chile, so far away from each place. I have been most of my life. I spent my time in most of my life. I spent my time in airplanes. I saw the north, the south. You'll find Egypt center. You have so many countries in the south, so many countries in the east, so many countries in the north, so many countries in the west. So our location have not been promoted. Our civilizations, I saw today while you are representing Omar Sharif. Omar Sharif, it is one of why we don't use those people and let the world remember that is Egypt is a country which actress, famous actress, Omar Sharif, which the leader,
directors,
yes,
Yusuf
which the
Shaheen.
leader was Egyptian, Demis Rousses was Egyptian, and many others. Also, even Prophet Moses, alayhi salam, was born in Egypt and was an Egyptian. Jesus Christ, Sayyidina Isa, alayhi salam, have been in Egypt and been protected in Egypt. We have so many, Sayyidina Ibrahim, all this power or PowerPoint, we have not used it enough to promote what is Egypt abroad.
Sir, let me ask you, are we doing enough to promote different nationalities, or are we just focusing on the usual people that come to visit Egypt? Do you see the nationalities changing? There are more Chinese people now, Indian people coming to visit Egypt, instead of the usual traditional Russian, German, European visitors?
We have to promote everywhere, even the tradition and the new market, because we have a huge potential. We have so many hotels, we have so many destinations, we have different also kind of tourism existing in the country. So we must not focusing in one sector or one kind of one nationality or 10 nationalities. Our mission and the vision have to be going to everybody around the world, because Egypt is different country, so many civilization, Italian, Russian, Greek, German people have been in Egypt. Every country in the world I visit, they have been in Egypt and lived in Egypt. Doesn't matter we was occupied by them, or doesn't matter it was part of our history, or doesn't matter they have made wars in our country, in Alamein and different places in Egypt. So Egypt is a country supposed to welcome everybody, and must not even forget the people used to come to Egypt, because we have also to promote them through people and through promotion for the normal people, instead from focusing only for government relations.
Indeed, indeed. How can Egyptian expatriates that are living abroad promote their country, in your opinion? Do they have a role to play?
Of course, every Egyptian outside the country. I live outside the country many years in Scandinavian countries, in Denmark especially. Everyone, doesn't matter which position he is. He's an ambassador for Egypt. He's an ambassador for tourism. And I would like to mention that tourism is not only a tourist coming to spend time in hotels and in some destination. The tourist, he's a future investor. When he come and like this country and see which potential, labor force is very cheap. You have many other powers existing. Our tax system, our electricity is still cheap than other countries. So he will come as a tourist as a first step. And after that, if he's industry or agriculture, or doesn't matter which sector he belongs to, he will come as an investor later on.
Indeed.
So we have to look, the tourism is the first door. That's the people coming to Egypt, and after they be a part of the development of the country.
Indeed. I'm afraid we've run out of time, but it's been an absolute pleasure. Dr. عنان الجلالي, the international tourism expert. Thank you very much, sir, for coming in this afternoon.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we wrap up today's edition of Cairo Local Time. My name is Angie Mehermeni. Thanks for watching.